Hello and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. As you can tell, today's video is all about demoing our Tulsa house, which is going to be an Airbnb here in a couple months, hopefully, fingers crossed. This was so much fun. It was so much work. We got our family involved. I am so excited to share today's video with you. If you are needing any type of motivation, I hope this gets you up and motivated and you get a project done, you get a room clean, you get laundry started, whatever it is. I hope today's music and content just definitely helps you out. So if you're new here, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and let's get to demoing. While the men were inside working, us ladies were outside. The first area we started on was like our rock flower bed. I did not want it lined with rocks. It just wasn't the look I was going for, but my mother-in-law needed rocks for her flower bed, so it was a win-win. We didn't have to worry about getting rid of them. They had a perfect spot for her. If you're wondering what we're gonna do with these flower beds, I am gonna do a whole like front exterior transformation. It's gonna take a little while because we're gonna just film it as it goes, but definitely be on the lookout for that if you wanna see an old house just like facelifted up and what we're gonna do to it. There is a lot of things I can help Chase do, but ripping out a kitchen and bathroom in this old house is not one of them. Now, I could have done small things, but our dad's coming in and helping us was a huge life and time saver, so we're so thankful for them. I mentioned in the beginning our families were there helping, so my mom and dad, Chase's mom and dad, and then Chase's grandpa was there as well. You're gonna see them throughout this video. We are so thankful for them. We're lucky that both of our families are just super involved in our lives, and anytime any of us need help, we all show up. Since Chase and I have been friends since 7th grade, we have just grown up together with each other's families, so this has just been a labor of love. As you can kind of see, the men are ripping out and the women are cleaning up and hauling off. So anywhere we can kind of fit in, that's where we grab. So that was my mom cleaning. If you want to know where I get it from, there you go. The men are still in there ripping out and she's in there sweeping the floors. So if you ever wonder why I clean so much, you just saw it. Shockingly enough, this kitchen came out way faster than I ever expected it to. Now, granted, we had 3 men in there, but it went by so quick, or at least it felt like it to me. Now I'm gonna start working on the baseboards. Neither one of us come from a family of sitters, so anything we could do, we were trying to help the guys out just to get as much done in this small window that we could. So I just started ripping baseboards out. I'm not gonna sit here and say I did all of them, but I did some of them. Watching the appliances roll out was a little bit stressful just because they're so heavy, and no matter which door you exit out of from our house, there's stairs. Not a ton, but just enough they had to roll them down. So the refrigerator is the only thing that's getting reused. My parents are gonna take it into their garage, but everything else couldn't really be reused or sold. It was the way they had like spliced the wires to hook it up into this old house. We're not really sure what they did. So those are all gonna be hauled off, but we're just gonna keep ripping out this kitchen. And then here in the next scene, I'm gonna show you what it looks like now that all of the rocks are gone from the flower bed. So here's that clip right here. It already looks so much better, but I will tell you, we've already worked on these flower beds and I love them, and I can't wait to share that future video with you. Sleeping in the back of a van, roaming in the wilderness. We Since you're seeing my dad so much in today's video, I wanted to remind you, if you didn't know or forgot, but he does have a channel here on YouTube as well. Funny story, he actually started YouTube before me and I thought he was crazy, and then here we all are. But I'm gonna link his channel down below. He has a really cool upholstery channel, so if you guys like my DIYs and stuff like that, you're totally gonna love it. He's a lot funnier than me, so his videos will keep you laughing. He's got tons of little inserts in them, so definitely check them out. I'm gonna throw a few of his thumbnails up here on the screen so you can get an idea, but when you're finished watching today's video, definitely click on his link and go check him out, go subscribe, give him some likes, share some love with him, and it'll mean the world to me. I will say, I think Chase has loved having a house to demo. He definitely enjoys the process way more than me. It's not terrible, but I definitely am looking forward to the decorating part. So he's kind of the beginning and I'm the end, and our contractor is going to kind of bridge us in the middle to make both of those work together. So right here, he's just working in the bathroom and getting all that old tile and gunk taken out so we can make it nice and new and fresh for anybody that wants to come stay here.
I can't stay here because I need to dance. Jump around and show them how I move. Everybody will be on me, wanna join me when I take a shot. I'll be the center of attention like I was some kind of astronaut. Cause I'm shooting for the moon tonight, and I got a feeling I'm gonna crash some stupid party. Tear the ceiling down in front of everybody. If someone's pouring up a drink, I'm calling shawty. I'm gonna find a crowd so I can put it on me. Swinging from the chandeliers, I won't be sorry. I got a feeling I'm gonna crash into this party. I'm just an accident waiting to happen like.
Just so you're aware, this is over several days, so don't think we did all of this in one day. I'm sure you can tell because the outfits are changing, but I just wanted to point that out. Every time we go, we're like, okay, tomorrow's the last day. We just got about 2 hours left and we'll be finished. And we end up staying there 4 to 5 and then we come back the next day. But we are done now. If you do hang out and stay until the end of today's video, I do a very quick walkthrough so you can see where we are as of today and what it looks like and how much we demoed. Basically, you can see exactly where it is before the contractor gets his hands on it. So definitely stay until the end.
Everybody will be on me, wanna join me when I take a shot. I'll be the center of attention like I was some kind of astronaut. Cause I'm shooting for the moon tonight, and I got a feeling I'm gonna crash some stupid party. Tear the ceiling down in front of everybody. If someone's pouring up a drink, I'm calling shawty. I'm just an accident waiting.
Some of these clips Chase filmed for me, I had stuff to do with Savannah or I was at home editing, but I was watching this clip right here and it stresses me out so bad. Like, it's totally fine, but we are saving the floors. Like, we're not fixing those. So every time I see the floors like dirty and covered in wood and nails, I panic just a little bit. But I have been in there and cleaned since then and they look just fine. But if you guys were wondering, that's pretty much the only thing we're saving are the floors and the doors. The walls are up, but they're going to be completely retextured and skim coated over. So pretty much everything's going to be brand new in this house. We're getting all new like hardware and knobs, and I'm just so excited to see it get to that point.
Have this feeling, haven't felt for so long. Took a hold of me and won't let go. I've been sleeping, caught me off my guard. Cause you're in my space and now I'm so. Pull me towards you and I cannot fight it. My head's underwater, I try to disguise it.
Okay, so now we're moving on to another day. We had an AC company come out and just check our AC. Obviously, it went through inspection, but we just wanted like a good tune-up just before somebody comes to stay here. And he actually found a piece, so I just showed it earlier, that was like cracked, and he said it was super easy to fix. So Chase decided to go ahead and do that himself to save us money, and it was super easy. So I'm just showing him working on that right now. And then the next clip is what our current garage looks like from all of everything being ripped out of our house. We are going to have that hauled off, and that's in today's video as well, so definitely stay tuned for that part because it's fun to watch. This is the part I've been waiting for ever since we first walked this house. As soon as we came into this bathroom, I was like, there is no way this can stay. Like, Chase can barely stand up in the shower. That's how low it was. And even the shower head, he was like above it. So he'd have to like bend down to get his head wet. So I was like, this has to be raised. So Chase was opening it up now that we own it to make sure nothing was up there, and there wasn't. So we can rip out this whole thing and raise the shower. It's not going to cost us any more than what we had already had planned. So I was so excited. As we take this house apart, it's just such a good reminder in life, especially life lessons. Like, sometimes you have to be completely demolished and taken down for God to rebuild you into something new and better and fresh. So just like we have a plan for this house, God has a plan for you. And I just feel like some of you may need to hear that today. We are taking down this house, but at the end of this, it's going to be so beautiful and made new. And God is doing that in your life. So if you're in a storm right now, just remember your new is coming.
I'm gonna tell you that I love you.
This scene makes me giggle a little bit because here we are like demoing a house, and I'm like in jeans and a shirt, and I have on clear studded sandals. But just a reminder before somebody gets super mad at me, I wasn't always working on the house. I was working, and then I'd come over to bring like Chase lunch or check on him, or we were coming over just to check on the house, and we decided to do one project while we were there. So I'm just going around pulling out all of the nails. I feel like there was over 1 billion nails in this house. Me and Chase have done this for days, and there's still some in the walls, but that's all I was doing. I wasn't doing anything crazy, and that's why I had on my clear studded little jelly sandals.
I'm gonna tell you that I need you. I need you every day.
This space already feels so much wider from removing the cabinet that was in there, and now so much taller now that that shower bulkhead has been raised. It feels like a completely different space. So Chase has just a few more projects in here. He's taking down like the paneling. He did take down the mirror, and then he's about to take down the light, and then this room is almost finished.
About my love, so I really hope you love me too. Yeah, I really hope you love me too. Oh, there's something deep inside.
The sink is going to be removed. We're going to be replacing that, but I didn't want to take out the sink or the toilet until we had to at the very last second. We don't have an exact date of when the bathroom's being worked on, and I just want to know if we're over here or the workers are over here working on the walls or something. There's like a toilet and a sink, so we'll just take that at the very end when we have to. And now Chase is going to go from room to room, just pulling down all the ceiling fans and all the lighting, and that was about one of the last things we had to do. He's got to work on the fireplace, but we are almost done. But definitely don't click off yet, because I have that quick little home tour at the end, so you guys can see what it currently looks like, and you're gonna see the guys hauling all the scraps off, and it's just fun to watch.
Know about my love, so I really hope you love me too. Yeah, 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 I really hope you love me too.
I'm standing outside the window. I'm standing outside the window. I'm standing outside the window.
So we found a company that was going to bring us a dumpster, and it would be there for a week, but for the same price, they would come and just haul everything off and then take the dumpster with them. So we totally did that. This company was incredible. They were so quick. They were so friendly and nice. They took everything they were supposed to take and more. I don't know if you guys are needing, if you're like in the area needing something like this done, definitely contact them. I feel like we work with a lot of companies, and typically around here, I'm not happy with the results. These guys were amazing. They were like in and out in 30 minutes flat. I don't know. One of the guys was like Chase's size. He picked up the oven like above his head and threw it in like it was nothing. It was so fun to watch. You can see him here just trying to like squash down everything in the dumpster. It was so fun to watch. I had no idea I was gonna love that experience so much. If you made it to this point of today's video, thank you. And you're gonna get a little sneak peek, because if you look behind me, all the rose bushes are gone. We have the shutters down. So you're kind of starting to see this blank canvas that we're gonna start working on. But I just wanted to point those things out. If you did make it this long, thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you through the house real quickly. This is kind of how we're handing it off to our contractor. Now we're gonna clear all of our stuff out. We're just gonna come do it tomorrow, but I don't know if I'll be here or not. So I just wanted to take you through each room. I know it's dark, but all the electricity's turned off. So here is how it's looking. I think the first thing they're gonna come in and work on are all the walls, getting them skim coated and then a texture put on them. We've got to design like the kitchens and the bathrooms. Here is how the bathroom looks. It already feels so much bigger. Look at that. So let me show you the shower head. Like right there, Chase is like over it. That's how low it is, and we'll have that much more room to bring it up. And then we're gonna do a longer vanity here with mirror and a light. And then here's gonna be the master. The rooms were kind of the easy ones. We just had to take down like trim and molding, but the floors are staying. Here's another view of the living room. We're gonna be taking, this tile's gonna stay, but it's gonna be covered up, so the design's more simple, more modern. And then here's the dining room. It didn't have much. And then of course the kitchen and the bathroom were like the worst areas, but the kitchen's bigger than the bathroom, so it was way more work. And then he's gonna be taking down this wall all the way over there. But that is how it looks. So this is the final one as far as like demo, and now we get to start creating a beautiful space, and I cannot wait until we're to the point where we're decorating, because right now we seem so far off when I'm looking at this right here.